This episode of the Date Podcast is sponsored by Bopsy. Meet up to 6 people over mobile video. It's video speed dating. Download Bopsy in the Google Play Store or iTunes. Check out bopsy.com. Hey, this is Zorric.
And Emma.
Hosts of the Date Podcast. We're so excited to do another show for you today. And we have a special guest. Her name is Stephanie. She was from Love at First Flight. And it's on the Lifetime channel. And she runs a company called Singles in the City.
Oh.
So we're so excited to talk to you.
Thanks, y'all, for having me today.
Of course. But first, we'd like to ask for your help. We are a brand new podcast available on iTunes and Google Play. If you like what you hear, please subscribe to the podcast and then leave us a wonderful review. Also, tell your friends about the podcast. We appreciate the feedback and support. If you have any questions, comments, or show topics that you'd like for us to discuss, you can leave us an email at hello@datepodcast.com or at datepodcast on Instagram and Twitter.
All right. Now for the fun stuff. I got a question for you guys. Just a random question. Okay. If you were in a bathroom stall and realized that there's no toilet paper, what do you do?
That is like my worst nightmare.
I'm the girl that taps on the to your neighbor. You tap on the thing, and if someone's there, you put your hand out, and they've usually given me toilet paper.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know?
Yeah.
Okay.
But
yeah.
if
Public.
if
yes,
not, you're
but
squeezing real hard. You just
gosh.
you know. I mean, you are, and then you walk away.
That is like the worst thing that can happen.
Yeah.
But I always check because that is my worst fear. So I always check before I use the restroom, and I will come out and I'll be like, "There's nothing in there," and I'll wait for another one to open.
What if you're at like Six Flags and you know that line could be 30 people.
I'm gonna be like,
you wait.
There's no toilet paper. Like, I'm next.
You know, the state fair is notorious for like bad bathrooms.
Oh,
no
yes,
toilet paper?
I believe it.
It's terrible.
I don't know what it is about public restrooms, but people are gross.
Yes, they are.
I'm like, okay, I get that you're not at your house, but still, like, can we be clean?
Yeah.
Can we be nice and be clean? Like, be courteous.
Have you guys been into a male restroom? It's like a tornado has hit.
Oh,
It's so
gosh.
No.
No.
Yeah, those. Oh, God, I don't know how you guys even hold your breath to go in there. Yeah.
We just go in. We just go in. All right. So that was random, but
Good morning.
Goodness.
yeah. So what we're going to talk about today is how do you know when somebody is kind of losing interest in you? Like you're dating this person for maybe a few weeks or maybe a few months, and what are the signs that all of us can kind of heed and just see, and then we can make a decision based on what the sign is. But Emma, like, what do you think, or what are those signs that you look for?
So I actually read the book and saw the movie of He's Just Not That Into You.
Oh, that's science?
It was science. And
She's
the
a
guy,
therapist, by the way.
Yes, but I need all the help that I can get.
I second that.
I'm really, like I always say, I'm really good about helping people.
Okay.
I just can't help myself.
Yeah.
You know?
Do as I say, not as I do.
Exactly. I'm telling you how to do it. If only I could apply that information for myself, right? So I remember reading the book, and in the book, the guy wrote it, and he wrote it with a co-author, and I can't remember their names right now. And so he did a really good job of breaking it down for you. And basically it's saying if he's not chasing you, you need to stop. That's what it is.
Yeah.
There's no excuses. You don't give the guy the excuse. You don't allow the guy to treat you a certain way. If he's not approaching you, you need to move on.
That's deep. So yeah, from a male perspective, yeah, if I'm not chasing you, yeah, you're right. I'm not interested.
Right. Yeah.
So
I always say men aren't shy. Like even the most quiet guy, when he wants something, he goes and
Oh,
gets
yeah,
it.
for sure.
There's absolutely second both of you. There's no excuse. So.
Right.
And you guys want men to get after,
You do.
right?
You want to know that
Yeah.
there was a
Right.
pursuit and that you were the goal and not the goal. Like you're, we don't get into a bunch of feminist actions, but you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Right. Like the goal can be like the relationship or dating.
Yes.
Right. So
Yeah. The goal is
and like
your
allowing
heart.
that to be okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
So mine are going to be like, there's time between call or text. Like I get it, work happens. I get it 100%. It happens to me all the time. But if you're going 3 days without texting me, that's an issue. Like I understand if like between 8 to 5, you're not being consistent with me because you're at work. But after hours, you're
Yeah.
not, if you're not responding in 3 hours, like there's something happening.
Do you reach back out if it's like a day or two?
No. I usually at that point, I'm like, nope, I'm done.
I like her.
Yeah. Yeah, you
Very
shouldn't.
Stephanie-esque. I like that.
The same person.
Yeah. And like initiating contact, to me is really important, and it kind of falls into that like the whole like time between call and text. Like I need you to initiate contact with me because there have been times when I do initiate the contact and I'm like, why am I trying too hard?
Yeah.
Why? What's the purpose of this?
But have you heard things that they say it should be easy? I don't know if it's easy. Is it? Like things always fall into place.
No,
when you
there's
find the right
effort. I mean, it's
Yeah.
people of two different lives coming together, so there's going to be effort. I need 100% on both parts.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You know?
definitely.
Yeah. Never making plans is another one. Like you're just texting me, but you're not actually making plans with me. I'm like, all right, like no.
Yeah.
And then kind of giving you the runaround about the reason why you can't make plans. Oh, I'm leaving to blah 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 for this long. All right, are you? Or are you just saying this?
Yeah. And then you see him on Instagram posting something.
Yes, and he's probably here in Dallas.
Yeah.
Another reason why I don't follow people when I'm dating them, I don't follow them on social media. Yeah.
When though? When does that happen?
When I'm probably gonna have to give it like a few dates before I actually allow them to see my Insta.
Okay. Yeah, because it's very intimate too. It's like your whole
It
life.
is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, so you don't want to reveal too much.
Right.
Yeah. But also one thing is make sure you delete all your old stuff with your exes. I do.
Or at least archive it.
Yeah, archive it. Definitely.
Oh yeah, you did.
Oh, I always do. I
Uh-huh.
scrub all my accounts. So what else do you have, Emma?
That's really much it. That's like what I basically can think of.
Yeah.
Or thought of. So I'm probably gonna agree with whatever
Yeah.
y'all bring up that I didn't bring up. Be like, yeah, that's one that I do too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, Stephanie, what do you have?
Well, hello, other Stephanie. No, I'm like, she said, I have wrote down, you see my notes here. Number one, lack of communication, which you mentioned. It's just that we're adults. Like, there's absolutely no reason why you can't text back or pick
Right.
up there's no reason for it. So moving right along. Two, you're doing all the pursuing.
Yes.
Yeah.
As a woman, I was in a relationship, unfortunately, just complete my own blame, and realize, wow, he never took me on a date. It's been 6 months.
Oh,
What are you
6 months?
What are you doing?
So what
with
did
your
y'all do?
life?
Did y'all just hang out at
I
each
won't
other's
talk
houses?
about that. I won't talk about it.
Oh no.
What were you doing? Like, mind you, I was in a horrible time in my life mentally.
Right.
So I
Yeah.
picked a horrible person. But looking back, you're like, oh my gosh, I'm the woman who loves to go on dates. I literally was planning, I was buying all the Groupons. I'm like, hey, are we doing a picnic? Hey, are we, you know what I'm saying? Awful. So totally out of myself. So women, don't ever. Three, I put sex as the majority of the situation/relationship.
Yeah.
If that's all you're doing, you've given him any space to get some air. So no, he's not gonna be. Any guy can get oversexed, and then he'll be over pursuing another woman. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
really working for her. So
So is it when you guys just hang out? Is it just sex and that's it? You guys don't do anything cool? Like he doesn't whisk you around or he doesn't take you to restaurants?
I guess it depends on who. I mean, what you're.
Yeah.
That could vary. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
Me personally, I need. That's a
Everything.
whole different topic. But I need.
Yeah.
the whole package.
Yeah.
But yeah. So. Sex can be a buzzkill, and then disrespect of your time and just your needs, or even
Right.
disrespect is you communicating to him that you need something, and he's like, "Okay, I'm gonna fix it." He's being totally lazy. He's gonna fix it, and then he doesn't do anything about it because he really doesn't want to.
Right.
But you're holding on and dragging him along for the
Yes.
ride because you don't want to buy it yourself. again, blame falls on you. So
What's your love language, by the way? Do you know?
affirmation, and I know for sure it's affirmation. I think it's
Okay.
affirmation 5 times. I just want to be told all day, every day that I'm awesome. No, affirmation, and I believe it's acts of service.
Yeah,
are
that's
my
why you
top
said
2.
fixing. You're saying fixing things, so that's kind of
Yeah.
that's what you need.
Yeah.
to feel
Zorric
that.
loves the love languages.
Yeah, because
He
it
loves
makes so
it.
much sense.
It does.
Yeah.
It does.
Have you guys done the
Yes.
MBTI?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, my sister.
I don't remember what I have. I just know I'm a true extrovert. I forget the other letters.
I bet Stephanie's an extrovert too.
I'm an ambivert, but I'm actually when I test in my real life,
Do you wanna tell people
without
what
the
that
pink
is?
lipstick, I'm an introvert.
Do you want to tell people?
Yeah, what is an ambivert?
Yeah.
Ambivert. Oh, it's just a mixture of
okay.
extrovert and introvert. I'm a big old
Like
squirrel.
half your side.
Yeah, like
okay.
what you saw the other night. I was
Yeah.
like hosting, and then when I went home an hour later, I was in bed until like yesterday, like completely
Recharging.
Yeah, recharging.
Okay.
And today I
Yes.
was like, I have to go see Zorric. Let me go recharge myself. So didn't go out much yesterday.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Like I only have energy for people like twice a week.
Yeah, it's like it's introverts that teach themselves how to be extroverts,
I
but in
see.
reality they're introverts, and so then they can be extroverts when needed, and then they're like, all right, now I need to just be by myself, and
Yeah.
no one can talk to me.
That's why I don't do group trips because I always disappear. And they're like, "Oh my God, are you okay?" I'll leave my phone and literally go on an exploration by myself in the city. My
That's
friends
so
don't
fun.
know, but I need my time. Like it's
Yeah.
crazy. But yeah.
I agree. I'm a true extrovert, and I'm still like, all right, so today I'm gonna go do this by myself. I'll see you in
No shade.
3 hours.
No shade at all.
Okay.
No
No.
shade. Yeah.
And I'm gonna go shopping, especially if I'm in Europe. I'm like, I'm gonna go to Primark and
yourself.
Bye.
Cooking dinner for you guys here at
Yep.
7.
Yeah.
What about you, Zorric? How do we know when you're not into someone?
So here's one thing:
Nervous.
is when
He is sweating.
I am. When she only wants to see me on Monday through Wednesday. Yeah, because she's saving her weekend for someone more important than me.
Oh,
Right?
That's good.
Yeah, that's number one. Which I'm usually free except for whenever we do our thing, record. But the weekends, I want to spend time with you during the weekend, like
Yeah.
a Saturday or Friday, because that's when there's shows, there's different events. So the day of the week, it definitely is one thing. The next is she doesn't make plans with you. Like she has all these things like she's gonna do. She's going with her friends here or her friends there or to different activities. But hey, I want to go too. Why can't you invite
Why am I
me
not
too?
in your brain to
Yeah.
like invite?
Yeah, I mean, I love all of that.
like with her friends?
Her friends or herself.
A
I
part
have
of
a
her
weird
life.
rule about that.
What?
I don't believe in meeting the friends like too early on.
How early is early?
So like if you're like, for me, I have to be going like at least on like the 4th and 5th date before I can bring him around my friends, because really I want like the first like 1 through 4 dates to just be like about fun and being in my little world with this person. Because once your friends come in, like your friend's gonna hate him or love him, and if they
Yeah.
hate him, you're like, well, that's the end of that.
Yeah.
Well, see, okay, if I may, that's kind of why I bring friends in. Well, I only got 3 friends, but I bring them in as soon as possible.
Oh.
Because I
Oh.
like the game of elimination. Like, I don't want to fool around. I don't want
Yeah.
to with you. I don't want to have you in a necessary space of my brain. My brain's tight enough. So if my close family and friends are just not at a barbecue or something, just not feeling it, I'm like, well, and I communicate that,
Yeah.
just don't
Yeah.
think we're compatible. Like, oh, okay, really? Sometimes they fight, sometimes they're like deuces, so whatever.
And do you notice that your friends are always right?
Always.
Always right.
Ah, yeah.
And I hate it.
Me
but
too.
they're always-
Especially my mom. Like my mom and my sister, like, oh snap, I feel bad for it. I always think he's cute, but it's my mom and sister.
That's what I say.
And I'm like, nope, sorry.
Yeah.
You already know.
They already know.
Already.
Yeah,
know.
I feel like my mom and my sister do have the final word too.
Yeah.
And my sister is really scary sometimes.
She tells you the truth.
She does, and she's not nice about it either. So I'm always like in front of her, I'm like, that's great information. Thank you so much. And I'll go home and I'm like, my sister hates me. Hi, sister.
Oh, hey.
Sisters rule.
So I think the last one I have is, you know how you start dating and you get into this kind of routine. Like you guys always text in the morning. You guys always hang out this day of the week. He gives you a call at this certain time. Well, like when you can feel things are changing, like there's like the status quo is different. I think it's what you said, Emma, with the texting and the calling, but things are changing. You can feel like a sort of disconnect from that other person. So that's kind of how I can tell that she's not really into me anymore, because things, and she's not excited to see me. Again, she's always busy, so I never get the good days. So that's kind of my bottom line. When you see things and you feel things in your gut changing,
that gut,
you gotta follow it. Like that's onto something.
Yeah, and also when she stops paying my bills, that's when I know she's like not into me.
That's an excellent clue, Zorric. Excellent.
Okay,
Oh
so
my goodness.
it seems like everyone's is the same. Like, for example, like the messaging is number one, because we're always behind our phones 24/7. So we're always texting and calling. So I think that's, I guess for the audience, that's like flag number one.
Yes.
Like we all agree on that one. So
Although I feel like eventually, especially our generation is probably going to like grow up, and hopefully we're not single at this point, but if we are, we're going to grow up and we're like, I don't want a cell phone anymore. I don't want to text. Give me a flip phone that I can call people, possibly send a QWERTY text, and that's about it.
yeah, no emojis.
No
Smileys,
emojis
just
anymore.
A Nokia.
Yeah.
My grandpa
You
still rocks
you
that.
gotta do like the parentheses, semicolon, back again.
Yeah.
You gotta start getting creative with it.
Yeah.
Love you.
So, anything else, guys? Any other last flags that we can?
I love what you said about, I think that could probably be a huge one. Trust your gut. Like, honestly, I know sometimes people are like, no, you guys look great together. But you know when something shifted, and I never know what the person did, but it's trust your gut. That's the biggest thing. That's the biggest indicator.
I agree. Yeah.
Every time.
Yeah.
I think, but sometimes like we don't listen to our intuition. We allow ourselves to be taken away by the image, the romance, whatever it is. And so, that's why then I bring my friends around, 'cause I'm like, I want to know this is actually like, should be happening or not. And then don't get mad at me if I don't listen to you.
Again, self-awareness is key.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I think the reason why we need to talk about this subject is because people don't end like courting or dating correctly. People don't send text messages that say, hey, I'm not into you anymore. No. They just kind of ride off into the sunset.
Fade.
So what's so funny is my friend texted me this past weekend, and so she's been chatting with this guy. I think they might have gone like on a date or two, and so he accidentally butt dialed her.
Accident?
Supposedly.
Okay.
But apparently, like, it left a voicemail where he was talking to another guy friend, and so yes.
Oh my gosh.
So this dude is talking about another girl and how like big her butt is, and so he's leaving this on the voicemail.
Oh my God.
And
that's an answer to prayer for her. That's an answer to prayer.
He's like completely oblivious, right? So then she hears a message, and then she texts him, and she's like, hey, you accidentally left me a voicemail. And he was like, oh, my bad. And she's like, and you're talking about another girl. That's kind of not okay. And of course he's like, oh, well, like, it's not a big deal. Do you like want to hang out or whatever?
Oh my
and
God.
she's like, she's like, I don't feel like I can tell him that this isn't going to work out, because he's going to continue pursuing it. Like, he's going to see it as a chase. And so she's like, I think I want to ghost him. And I was like, no, I think you need to tell him. She's like, no, I think I'm just going to ghost him.
And then the ending is she ghosted him?
She has ghosted him.
Okay.
And I guess he texted her last night. She's like telling me this. And she's like, I'm not responding. He's being dumb.
Time to change the name of your phone.
I know. That's
block.
terrible. You see what our butts get us into? Oh my gosh. Lots of trouble.
How sad.
I know.
I would have thought that, Apple by now would have, or, whoever the cell phone companies are, would have figured out how to avoid butt dialing now.
I mean, you can't differentiate between your butt and your finger at this moment.
Yeah, I guess it is up to us. Just locking the screen. It's so much work.
Yeah.
Fingerprints is like, ugh.
I know. Okay, so that was what those were the red flags,
Right.
that we see, and so now on to Stephanie.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's time.
So
Yes.
I know something about you, or a little bit about you. So you were born in Detroit, Michigan,
I was.
and you went to Michigan State University.
I did.
Anthropology major.
Are you a little
Yeah.
scared?
I'm like, go on. What What else do you know?
And amazing entrepreneur, right?
Thank you, Zorric.
So what else? Like, where did you come from? Obviously, I said Detroit.
Yeah. So to make an extremely dramatic, long story short, went to Michigan State, did college for 3 years, dropped out, financial reasons, and then after trying for forever, I was like, I'm just gonna make something happen. Whatever. I was gonna end up doing something entrepreneurial anyway with a degree. So skip it, moving on. Moved to Dallas to help my aunt at the time she was pregnant with like her third kid. So I came to like nanny for her and her husband in Dallas for like 6 weeks and go back to Michigan. I was working for an Israeli company. I was social media manager.
Okay.
This is like 2009, right when Twitter and like Facebook was like becoming like a marketing. So I'm technically retired, but if I had stayed in the industry,
Yeah.
I mean, I was like, like on the cusp of like social media, like before it was even invented. That's what I was doing for work. So anyway, still a little bitter about that. So I did that. So I could work from wherever. Came to Dallas. Just knew I wasn't gonna like it. Fell in love with the city. So much fun.
Not a man, just the city.
Just the city. Just
Dallas
the
is really
doggone hats.
amazing.
I was like, oh my God, look at these people. Bentley with next to a Honda. It's my kind of town.
Right?
Sign me up.
Yeah.
So I ended up staying, and it's been 8 years now. So worked through hospitality industry, got my first job at Morton Steakhouse. I was giving them a shout out because they literally, I'm like a servant by nature. I love hospitality and serving and like over the top
But that's a
experiences.
really nice restaurant.
Yeah,
though.
so like 5-star. Like I
yeah.
love, that's how I grew. So I just love that industry. I was a hostess there. I trained them. I was sales and marketing. So just worked my way through the ladder. And that was that. And then a couple more jobs in hospitality. Got laid off in so Singles in the City started in 2000 and it'll be 4 years.
Wow.
2013?
Yeah.
I want to say
Based
yes.
on your bio, yeah.
Yeah, I'm always like, I always look back like it'll be 4 years, July. Okay. So started in 2013.
Wait, back up. So
Yeah.
where did you get that?
We're 2018, so that'd be
4 years.
2014.
okay. 2014.
five.
Okay.
Yes.
That's 4.
Yes,
Yeah.
thank you.
So where
We
did that
can't do math
come
here.
from? Did it like the Singles in the City? Like
Yeah, so that was part 2. So Singles in the City, I'm a Christian. I was at church, and I was helping all the new people like join the church. And I was like, oh, how fun is this? And I'm like, what if there was like a group for just like single people? Like skip, not about them being Christian, just co-ed singles all
Yeah.
together that felt like they had a cool place to hang out. At the time, I was like 28, 27, hanging out, living my best life in Uptown every day, just living it up. Nick and Sam's, ha ha ha. That's what I was doing. So had no dog at the time. So just wanted to start a fun, casual singles mingles group. So started as a book club. We met every Monday night. It grew. People started hooking up and getting married. So now I'm at like 3 weddings within the year. And I'm like, oh my gosh, this is magical. So I never wanted to go into matchmaking, never wanted to do an app. That's not my specialty. Like my specialty is bringing good people together.
Events.
Yeah, I'm not about like, I don't want the details of your romance on me. Like I don't really care.
Yeah.
It's way too much work. So then that happened. I was successful. Lost my job in corporate, 2015. I'll never forget that year. I know for sure. Lost my job in corporate. I was laid off HR for a restaurant corporation. I'm thinking, this is fine. Like I know a ton of good people in the city. I'll get a job, maybe back in Morton's. I'm not worried.
Yeah.
To this day, no one has hired me. So that's how just random that whole part of my life was. So lost my car. Lexus got repoed, apartment taken.
Oh, no.
I literally didn't have money coming in. I'm looking for jobs. There were no jobs. No one was hiring. Walmart, it was just I wanted to be a nanny again. When I tell you I looked and applied for every job on the planet and no one would hire me, it was like, I just had to go through that season to know what loss was like. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I thought, okay, it could be cancer. It could be death. It's just money. Like, I'll Uber and get on the couch.
Yeah,
So that's
for
what I
sure.
did. I continued to work in Singles in the City. Was able to turn into a profit, I hate those little cliches, passion into profit.
Yeah.
But I did. It worked.
Yeah.
That's why we're here today. But it was difficult. It was trying. But that's the whole vision was just to bring single people co-ed together, because I feel like we're always so segregated. We go to a networking event and it's either racially segregated or like by sexist. And I'm like, why are we acting like we're at a high school dance?
Yeah.
Everyone should be together. We're all in the same like space. We're single. We're not married. So
So what do you do to combine everyone? What do you do to prevent that from happening?
Oh, so I'm the host.
Uh-huh.
I do my due diligence to make sure that either there are corny networking games or I'm making, like Friday, I had like these little cards that made you ask someone a question that was pretty serious. So it forces you to just, I'm not going to do the work for you, but you came, so you're serious about, you know, meeting some amazing people and hearing some good stuff. So
That's cool.
And that's also why our events are so intimate, like 25, 30 max in every city.
Right.
I want it to be personal.
Yeah.
Cool.
So as a kid, were you like the person who threw parties? Were you an extrovert?
I was very extroverted as a child, which is kind of sad that I've kind of turned to someone else. But always planning. I was a kid who would look up summer. My sister and I are 13 years apart, so I grew up pretty much by myself. And I would go look up summer programs. And my parents are both entrepreneurs. And my mom had
it's in the blood.
It's foreigners, like Suriname, South America. Okay. So I'm like, I'm not going to be at the hair salon this summer. I will not be sweeping up hair from the barbershop, you know. So I literally would like to have my mom like, give me some money. I'm going to Florida for a journalism camp. And she wouldn't see me until like August. Oh. So I was always planning, like my life was always, I was just on it. Like I wanted to do more.
Yeah. Did you have like a job you wanted or a career when you were a kid?
Oh, I wanted to be Oprah Winfrey, Barbara Walters, broadcast journalist.
Awesome.
Yeah.
You can still do it. I think
things have changed. I'm gonna stick to YouTube, but YouTube's it's my speed now. But I wanted to be a broadcaster. I love to write. I was a great writer. Yeah. That's what I went to college for, and then took an anthropology class, and I was like, "Whoa, what's this? If I'm paying for school, I want to learn something new."
Right.
Yeah.
And that didn't work out either. So anyway.
I gotcha. So you're interested in basically people,
love people
and the science. Like we're interested in that too, like how people fall in love, and obviously that's your forte.
That's my thing.
Yeah.
I want to keep people together. I want to bring them together.
I love that.
Yeah.
So as far as your company, how many cities are you in right now?
We're in 5 cities right now.
Okay.
We're in Dallas, home base, Austin, LA, Chicago, and Detroit. Is that it?
That's 5.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Yep. I'm always like
I had to count.
4 cities. No, 4 states, 5 cities. Okay. Yeah.
So sometimes we go to events or we have events. A question for you. So what if you see an attractive man at one of your events? Like what do you do?
Wow.
She's like, well, I definitely keep that one to myself. So
no
I'm
intros there.
So
Don't give him any
just
questions.
an automatic like velvet rope around him. Like you're
he's
VIP.
Sick. He's sick. Excuse me, he's sick. No. Luckily, that's never happened yet. That has not happened yet, and I don't really know what I do. I mean, I don't date people. I don't date my members. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you can't.
Unfortunately, I'm like, sir, just be awesome enough to stalk me via email. Don't come to an event, and then I can't be with you. You know?
Yeah.
Because it gets messy, and that's just unprofessional in my book. So, yeah, that's never happened. But I would hope he can just pretend he doesn't know about singles in the city and just ask me out normally. It'd be great.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wherever you are.
I want that too.
Whoever you are.
So as far as your events, like what happens inside the event, or is there a theme? Is there?
Yeah, so every event is a theme. So another long story short, Singles in the City was about having so much fun. Yay, traveling. This is fantastic. Paying off your debt. Woo. As I've matured in my single life, I'm 31. I'll be 32 in the fall. I had to come to realization that I was not perfect. My decisions in my dating life had sucked, and that had attributed to why I was still single. Like, to be honest, you know, I used to be like, oh my God, I just haven't met him. Well, you probably have, but you were off giggling in the corner like a child, and he passed you up. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because my mind wasn't ready to receive the person that I thought you know how you have these high expectations and you're nowhere near that person. Mm-hmm. So once I came to realization with that and just been digging through my history, my past, personality tests, therapy, life coaching, the whole nine, I've uncovered so many things about myself. And I was like, wow, if I'm doing this just now at like 29, 30, singles in the city, I've been poisoning them with way too much fun. They should be taking this time single and like doing what I'm doing. You can still date, that's totally fine. But at the back of it, you should be like getting some help. You know what I'm saying? So that you can make better decisions.
Therapists have therapists. Counselors have counselors.
They do, and if you don't, you should ask them, buddy.
Yeah.
Yep.
So.
Yeah, and I think that's a great idea, because I think everyone needs a support group or someone to try. You know,
it doesn't mean you're like bipolar. I've never had any of those things. I'm not like I'm on a couch. It's just,
there's
it's
just
maintenance.
that negative
it's life
stigma.
maintenance.
It is right.
It's
like
life
you go to my analogy is always like you go to the doctor when you have a cold. You go to the doctor when you're not feeling well. It's like what makes your mental health different.
Absolutely.
So like what makes it weak about needing extra support?
Yeah.
Because you're a little anxious or you're a little depressed or you don't want to do, you don't want to get out of bed. Like what makes that different?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So I invest in that, and I've just, you were there Friday. Like,
yeah, it's great.
I'm all about, so every topic, every month is different. The summer is about communication, because I'm like, I'm sick of getting text about, there are no good guys or girls in Dallas. I'm like, wait. Everybody's got a mouth.
Yeah.
Somebody's not communicating properly.
Yep.
So now we're bringing in communication specialists all summer long. Teach you how to talk right, So, yeah.
So so let's segue into the show. How did that kind of connect?
Yes. Okay. So I was on Lifetime's Love at First Flight, season 1. They hit me up on social media.
Okay. Wow.
On Singles in the City page.
Yeah.
How casting directors. So look out, because they may get you for next season. It's like, hi, do you know 20 people looking for love? Like, yeah, okay.
No.
Yeah, it's weird. So I applied because it was super elementary, like age, sex, location. So I'm like, this isn't real. Then it took like a year and a half for the whole thing to happen. So you hear from someone, they fly you to LA. They're like, we're going to get back to you. It's been like 7 months. So when they called them, it's like, yay, the show's happening. We need you to leave in 2 weeks. I'm like, whoa.
Yeah. Wow.
I just turned 31. Great. Best gift ever. I'm trying to take a vacation, Jesus. So I said yeah, and after much consideration, attorneys, you got to make sure your business is going to be okay and all that stuff. But I took a chance on TV and just did something random.
Yeah. So because I saw the first episode, I saw the whole thing.
Okay.
But when you guys are walking towards each other, was that the first time you guys met? Or
First time, no.
Really, the first time?
It's reality TV. Like, it's literally every reaction. I mean, I probably walked up to him 13 times, but I never saw him because they were like, do it again. It's TV. So they're like, walk again. Okay. Then I tripped one time. So anyway, but it was a little slippery. But I never met him. Like, literally, that was, once you guys saw was, Stephanie, it's a pleasure.
Was it just like a regular first date meeting somebody?
No, there are 30 cameras and he has a goat. Like, are you kidding me?
I saw that. Yeah. I was like, what is that?
Yeah. Like, literally, when I tell you reality, like completely unscripted, this is today, you wake up and today you're going to a farm to do what? You'll see when you get there. And you're like, what?
Oh my gosh.
In the world.
Okay, so it was 30 days. So what happens at night? Like,
so at night you go to sleep.
I'm celibate. You go hang out.
Okay, so here's the thing. I don't know if I'm giving too much reality TV tea, but now that I'm off of it,
people need to know.
We need to know.
Yes,
people need to know. Okay, so reality TV, you're not supposed to talk to the person that you're on the show with, because they don't want you cahoosing and like thinking of any plans against production tomorrow. Like, we're not eating, So they kept us apart every single day.
So you didn't really sleep in the same room. It looked like you guys
we had
did.
an option. Like, I was like, we were like, come on now. No, we slept separately like the entire time.
Okay.
We're both celibate. He was into it. I'm into it. So we were good. Saw him for breakfast every morning. Brought me coffee. Like, we shot that. So no, it was. Yeah, they keep you apart for a reason. Yeah. Unless, I guess, you're sleeping together and then you get lucky and get to plan what you're doing tomorrow. Right. But for me, I'm like, ooh, cute shirt when you see him in the lobby.
Yeah.
I like that. I like sleeping separately because, you get your own bed. You get your own space.
And on top of that, we won these challenges. We won every challenge we had. And they would give me like a penthouse suite. I think they showed like maybe one of my rooms out of like 8 rooms.
Yeah, I didn't see
I had a penthouse suite in every city.
Wow.
So, but they did it to like lure he and I to be in the same room. Like, look at this 1,000 square foot place. Don't you want Michael to stay? I'm like, no, I'm good. Where's the room service? So he would like come in my room because my room was so big you could film in it. So they would come film the next day. He's like, what in the world? This is some crap. And I'm like, sorry,
So what did he get?
He would just get a really nice room. Just a regular room, but they were all like 5-star hotels, 4 or 5 stars. So
yeah. And the challenges, did they really get you guys closer together? Did you feel that?
I think it did for me, because I really am not adventurous in that way, and to really see him like really be supportive. And I remember the first day we had the tree challenge, I was like, "Are you serious? Like off script? Are you serious?" I was like,
it was like a 50-foot or 100-foot
20-foot tree.
Oh, 20 foot. Okay.
Yeah, it looked insane.
Huge. Yeah.
It was, and I'm 5'3", so I was like, "Whoa!" But I was like, "Do you really mean that? Do you really think I can do it?" Because I need the affirmation, of course. And he was like, "Yes, Stephanie, I'm here for you." And I was like, we're going to be friends now. It's official.
Yeah. So did it really simulate, a courting relationship? Could that show simulate that? Or was it fantasy maybe?
Okay, so I'm like a hardcore realist. I've been watching reality TV since Flavor Flav's days. Okay?
Oh my gosh!
Don't judge me, New York.
love
Okay,
it so
I love New York.
much. No,
Watched all
never
of it.
seen New York. Me
I
too.
still watch it again on Hulu when I'm feeling down.
Yes.
So
It just makes you feel so good
it
about
makes me,
yourself.
it's a good way to go to sleep most nights. So I just go to sleep on like I love New York. But so knowing my perception of reality TV, what it's done to people, how they will take something and spin the crap out of it and ruin your entire life, I was very strategic in how I did the show. So I'm like, number one, me and this guy both got checks to do the show. So no one's looking for love on TV.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Number two.
I could have told you that.
Yeah, I have a business.
AKA, Yep.
I'll just keep it at that. So my dad's a pastor. Okay, no shenanigans on TV.
Yeah.
My kids have to see this in like 5 years.
Oh, I see.
So had it been to where something romantic really would have happened, I would have been open to that. That's just not where we were.
Yeah.
He was very understanding when I laid the ground rules on day one. Like boop boop boop. I'm not here for this. I'm not here for this. Not here for this. But what I will say is that I genuinely went in business minded, but I genuinely walked out with like a new friend. Like I really didn't think I would want to be friends with him.
It seems like you guys had some chemistry.
We did, which is it was undeniable.
Yeah.
I mean, the entire country saw the chemistry. They were like, "Come on, you can do
You
it."
can do it, Stephanie. We got your back.
And you're like, nah, I'm good. He's a friend. It's fine.
It's cool, but off camera, not off camera, but just like in real life, what happened? Mind you, don't have any cell phones.
Right.
You're completely zoned into someone for 6
Exactly.
weeks. Every date's paid for. I don't even know if he pays for dates or not. Something I don't really put up with. I don't know if he's a pursuer. I don't know any of those things.
Really?
Right.
Oh, that makes
So
sense.
I'm not going to put
Because
myself.
all of those variables are taken out,
Yes,
right?
they're doing everything for you.
It's a very like
Fairy tale.
Yeah, it is a fairy tale
Yeah.
that is, like a sponsored fairy tale,
Exactly.
basically. And so, yeah, I definitely like.
Do you
can
open
see-
doors? I mean, do you curse at me when I act up? Like I don't know
Because
you.
he can't, because
You're
you're
recorded.
on camera.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm recorded, and then I didn't sleep with you, so I don't even know if you sleep with toothpaste on your lip. Like I don't know. So
So you mean I can take women out on dates and not pay if I
on
jump on a
TV,
ship?
absolutely
That's amazing.
free food
Did
for
you hear
days.
did you hear the little clause that she just said?
What is the clause?
She said, on TV. Not in real life, just on TV.
On
You
TV.
can take a woman on a date and not pay.
Oh,
On
okay.
TV.
On TV.
On TV. So did you meet any of the other cast members?
I did.
Yeah.
So Kel O'Brien, hey Kel. Kel lives here in Dallas.
Oh, he does.
He's
Is he the lawyer? Yeah,
Yes, he's
the
an
lawyer.
he's an
Okay.
attorney.
Oh,
You should probably have
cool.
him on. He's really, really cool.
Yeah.
We've done some stuff. Good guy. Of course, I'm in group text with everyone on the show except for like 2 people. I think the red Jenna. Haven't talked to her yet. And the guy that left the girl at the altar, he moved to Australia or something. So
Oh. Okay.
the tall one.
I don't.
The
I
other
watched it.
her name was Stephanie too, but her what's his
Oh
name?
yeah, yeah,
Ryan.
yeah. Yeah, I remember the guy. It was he was the one who left her,
Ryan.
not her.
Yeah.
And
I think
she
his
was
name's
into it.
Ryan. My mind's shot, but yeah.
Yeah. Huh.
Haven't talked to those two.
I gotcha.
But everyone else is super nice and great.
Is there like a
awesome.
second season for
We
you
don't
guys?
know. They were
Okay.
taking up like casting now, but we're like, and it took them a year and a half to do us.
Right.
Yeah.
And the show, honestly, I don't think the show did that well. So I doubt they're gonna put more money into season 2. But if
Yeah.
they do, hopefully they'll fix some stuff and it'll be dope. But it was fun to be on the trial run of something new.
Yeah,
It was
that's
super fun.
really
That is very
exciting.
cool.
Yeah, that was
Right.
good. And I like reality TV. I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
all right, no more love shows for me. I don't want to look desperate, but
Yeah.
a day in the life of Stephanie.
Yeah,
I'm
there you
here
go.
for
Or
that.
maybe like,
Yeah.
if you want to go on Bravo, do something for Andy.
Yeah.
Uncle Andy.
Yeah.
Hey.
I know, I want to be best friends with him too.
He
Yeah.
seems so
I
cool.
love Andy. And I want to be best friends with him so bad. Andy Cohen, be my best friend.
If you see my Instagram, there's a picture of me. I posted it's a picture of Oprah talking to Beyonce, and I'm not a Beyonce
You
fan, sorry.
photoshopped your face.
Complete over Beyonce, and they're like, "Why is there blonde hair in the bottom of your bob?" I'm like, "Don't judge me. This is a flashback Future Friday.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Why not?"
Yeah. So I guess since the show, how has that affected your dating life?
Since the show, I think it's just highlighted that I'm single now because men. No, this is weird. I went like on a dating sabbatical after my last boyfriend, which was the end of 2016. Have not dated really since, to be honest, until Michael on the show. Did the shows. Everyone was like, "I don't know if you're married or not." I couldn't say. I'm like, "Oh, y'all know me," but why you asking crazy questions? But you know. But now the show's over and they seen the finale. Men are coming. I mean, all the wrong men are coming
Right.
out of the.
Oh.
I mean, men are just taking their shooting shots. I mean, I got one
It's a
eyeball.
free-for-all right
I got
now.
one eyeball. Stephanie, are you out there? I'm like, how did you get my? Where's the regular guy, you know? So just random men. I haven't gone on any dates since Michael on the show, but men are everywhere. Like, hey, queen, my beautiful princess. Like, okay.
Don't you hate that? I hate that. It annoys me
Are you a
so
king?
much.
Are you the king of Wakanda? Like, why? I understand the reverence, but just like, don't be extra. You call everyone queen.
If you're not like, you know,
Just
Eddie
Stephanie's
Murphy from
fine.
Coming to America, like, no.
Even not presenting me like a cloak, just chill out. I
Yeah.
mean,
Right.
Stephanie's
Yeah.
great.
So by choice, you have not dated, or is just hasn't
I
happened?
haven't come across. I could go on the dates and do what I've done in the past, which is go and entertain myself and someone else. I'm literally on a different path. I just don't want to do it until I find like someone's worthy of my time.
And I think that's a beautiful like message to have for yourself, because I think that there's like, we're both the same age, and so there's just kind of this idea that because we're over 30, we need to start finding the person to marry and to settle with and to have kids, because that's part of our life. And my thought is always like, okay, yes, it will be. It's just not right now. Like, I want to be selfish right now.
Absolutely.
And if I were to get married and have a kid, like, I can't. So like, I'm willing to be in a relationship to start like learning how to be selfless, but I like being selfish.
And I've just graduated out of the like, yes, not dating. Now I'm open to a relationship. I'm open to being courted by a great guy, but I'm just like, I'm not chasing men, so I have to wait until my turn.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm just in a waiting, like, just keep going to therapy until you pops up.
Yeah.
That's where I'm at right now.
So what are your thoughts on dating apps? Do you use any?
So I thought you were always going to ask this.
Nice.
The last dating app that I was on was POF.
Okay.
And this was like 2012, right before I got my dog. She'll be 5. So 5.5-ish, 6 years.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you what I used it for. My best friend and I would go and rack up. This is so bad. This is so super shady. We would go rack up numbers and dates through the weekend.
Okay.
We have like 4 or 5 dates like throughout the weekend, and we would meet at the same place and be like, because we were trying to be safe, and she would be at the bar and I'd be like in the restaurant part, and we would both be meeting just random men to get food. We were just like, we don't want to pay for these steak dinners. How are we gonna make the steaks? You know, so this is like 24-year-old Stephanie, but it was
24-year-old Stephanie
Hey,
made
Mira.
really wrong choices,
Hey, Mira.
huh?
I'm like, man, we gotta eat something. And then we both graduated, like we were both dating somebody at the time. And we're like, man, life was so good. We were just going on POF and getting these guys. But luckily, I'll say this: when I was online, never really met anybody that was crazy. But most of the people are still, if they haven't disappeared, like still good friends with. I think we're Facebook
cool.
friends, and I've seen them get married, and they've congratulated. I mean, it's just been like whatever.
Yeah.
Didn't sleep with them. They were just good people, you know.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you know.
And so today you're not on any apps, or
No,
you choose not to be.
I choose not to be. Here's my thing. I have my company, Singles in the City. I think it looks kind of crazy for me. That you know all these
Right.
people around the world, and you cannot find a date in Dallas. Like for me, I'm just like I'm gonna opt out.
Again, you're like me. We're good at telling people what to do, but we
Yeah.
can't do it for ourselves.
Yeah,
Yeah.
My
I'm just like,
goodness.
man, can I just meet you at Barnes and Nobles by accident? Like, fudge.
Yeah. Where's my meet cute?
Yeah.
Do you park here as well? Great. You know.
But I mean, we find that, Emma. That's what everyone wants. Everyone wants to meet in person,
Yeah.
not
Yes.
on the app.
Yeah.
Even if they're on the app like by
Shortly.
protest.
Yeah, or like to meet someone literally and meet them this week. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah. So apps are great. I'm a proponent because I'm in IT and I'm in tech and I
Agreed.
build apps, and so I think it's just another way to save time. And
It's a new way to talk. I mean, it is.
Yeah.
It's like our new calendar. So
Yeah, it's
apps are
evolved
so
with us,
needed
for
yeah.
sure.
Yeah, can't do without them at this point.
yeah. So have you had any crazy experiences when you were dating, like bad dates or awkward dates?
If they have, I can't remember. I'm trying to
Yeah.
think.
Oh,
I've
she's
always
blocking
dated
out.
really.
That's
yeah,
horrible.
Just
Come on,
mind-
Stephanie's brain.
Mind block.
Think of a good story.
I'm thinking. Here we go. Good date. Oh, okay. So maybe this helps you out. I dated a lot. I should have some sort of story. Dang, guys.
Oh no,
It's okay.
It's
It's
okay.
okay.
Maybe they've all been great. Probably.
Most of them have been.
Oh,
And
that's so good.
If it's been
Well, I'm very jealous of you then, or envious of you now.
too.
I've been on an
So
upward.
thanks.
My single life has been on an upward progression out of like crap to like. Hopefully, I meet the peak of being my best self. So it's been like a couple years. I've been in a relationship 2 years ago. then I let go of my one true love, I thought, you know. So then that led me into like being a better person. But we dated for like 3.5 years. So all the dates were great.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. So how did you meet that your ex?
Which one? The one that I actually cared about?
The one that you cared about.
Oh, I was
The one that got away.
The one that got away. I was at a hotel and he worked at the hotel.
Oh, nice.
And he was just like, hey, I like you. And I was trying to hook him up with my best friend because they were the same race. And he was like, I don't want it. And I was like, oh my God, what? Okay. You know, and that turned into 3.5 years of my life.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So to let that one go was just, no, but I've talked about it today. I was like, man, that was like the hardest relationship thing I've ever had to do. Because I literally had to sacrifice that relationship for myself. Like he was such a respectful person. He never played me or was like not communicating. Like he was the perfect guy you want to be in a situation with, who's honest with you.
Right.
Yeah.
Like you want to be married. I do not want that ever.
I see.
we're not gonna just pretend and you're miserable and I'm living my best life. Like whatever you have to do it. And I was like, never hasn't contacted me since. Gave me some shout outs on LinkedIn about the show, but like didn't try to like, you know, just sneak. He's just so mature and respectful, and it's been 2 years and I'm like, man, what a dope guy. So
yeah, we all have those.
We do.
it hurts, but I'm like, I knew it was for the best. Obviously we've both grown into great people, but you know, it happens.
So what I guess gravitated you towards him? Was there like some values that you guys shared? Is it church,
you know what's
religion?
crazy? Complete opposite. He
Really?
was Indian and Muslim.
Okay. Okay. And you're
Christian and Caribbean black.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
I just hospitality industry, very, very sweet person, brilliant. I didn't have singles in the city. I mean, I had nothing. I was literally, I just moved to Dallas and didn't know anyone. He was like my second friend that I met. He was in college, trying to finish up, like a late student. We just spent so much time together doing nothing. It was like The Notebook when you just like, you want to go to the river? Like,
Oh, wow.
it was a very romantic, like fairy tale-esque relationship. And we grew together. I mean, you know, years have gone by. So it was it was just great. It was great. I was kind of came to the point where I was like, is it going to be your religion versus him? If you're with him, he doesn't want you to do that. You know, we talk about everything but Jesus.
Yeah.
Everything about no politics, because we're like, okay, what are we going to do if something bad happens? Like we have a kid. What are we going to do? You know, so as we grew up, we had little conversations.
What is it, a libertarian?
Yeah. We have a multi-flag in our home. Yeah. But
So-
it was crazy.
So I guess that's like a deal breaker for you, like probably religion.
At this point, because
Yeah.
I had, even after him, had dated more guys like that, thinking, oh, I dated with one Muslim, then
Right.
I can move on. At this point, I just know it doesn't work for me.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
no, I'm not, when I say, even to this day, when I'm like, I used to be super open-minded, obviously, dated all these cultures, and I'm like, today, 31, I want to be with an African-American or Caribbean man.
Yeah.
I can make that decision. Like, there's no shade. I just deserve my dark, bearded king. That's what I want.
As he calls you a queen.
Yes, as he calls me queen. Yeah, that's what I want.
And then it's okay at that
And then
point.
it's okay once I'm literally like his wife. But I've tailored down. I'm like, I've lived life. I've been open-minded. I don't need the open-minded speech. Stephanie,
Right.
I've done it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So no, it's glad to be in a place where I'm making a decision for me because I know that it works.
Well, that's great.
Thank you.
Yeah.
It's a lot. Did I
It
breathe?
is. No, it's okay. I think you did.
Yeah.
How are you feeling now? Do you need a little water break?
I feel good. You guys
Do you
have
need
me
a
talking
little
about
towel?
Aladdin on the air. He never hears this.
Okay, so
Great.
Stephanie, I guess as you know, Singles in the City develops,
Yeah.
and you bring people together. Do you have any tips or tricks or things that you can kind of tell our audience to do when they're going to one of your events or any kind of meetup event? Like,
For sure. I think you should definitely invest in high budget events. I think it just guarantees that everyone there's on the same page.
Yeah.
People are much more serious. They're much more mature. And that works for everyone that's serious about dating or just getting out there and networking. Two, I would definitely be intentional. You're paying money. Be intentional. Even if you're not paying money and it's a quality event, be intentional and walk away. Give yourself a number. I mean, if you're an introvert, I'm meeting one person and I'm following up tomorrow. If you're awesome, you're meeting 10. You're meeting everybody, talking to the founder, you're giving cards, you're following up. That's what I do, even as an introvert, ambivert. I follow with everyone. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's how you build relationships. And three, if you're online or you're behind the screen, dude, you have to get up and you have to make effort to actually leave the house and go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, put your phone down. I think I put a post up a couple weeks ago, and I was like, dude, just put a simple hello can change your life. Put
Yeah.
your phone down. Say hi to the person at Starbucks next to you. How's your day going? Yeah, they may think you're a little crazy at first, but you're practicing natural interaction. Like, it's totally okay to get out of
know.
your box. It's a big city. You shouldn't be single if you don't want to be.
We
There are
functioned
people
without
everywhere.
cell phones before, y'all. Like,
Yeah.
we
Yeah.
actually made eye contact with people. What?
Totally.
And we didn't run into trees because we were on our phones.
Or people.
Yeah.
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 So no, just make the effort. It's
Okay.
life. Again, it sounds super elementary because everyone's like so over the top nowadays. But dude, just make the effort. Go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get that coffee with the person you don't know. You never know.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Emma, we learned a lot.
We
from Steph.
did.
We learned that she doesn't like to be called queen.
No, but I don't think
She-
anyone really does.
You
I
want to
don't
see a
think
text?
anyone
You
really
want to see a
does.
text I just got? Hey, queen. Oh. Yes, sir. What do you want?
Yeah.
No.
What, dude?
Question marks? No.
Emma, what do you have? Any final thoughts or?
Yeah, I think, Stephanie just did a really good job of reminding us, like, we have to be out of our comfort zone. We have to be comfortable with the uncomfortable, whatever that is. And, actually, like, investing time in ourselves. Because I think that sometimes, like, we'll say, like, we want this, we want this, we want this, but then we don't have any effort towards it to get to that goal. So, getting out of our comfort zone and then putting in some effort.
Okay.
What about you?
For me, it goes back to the how to tell if someone's not into you.
Yeah.
Trust your gut.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then also what Stephanie says, if you want to find love, you got to get out there.
Yeah.
You got to put some work into it. Just like anything. Just
Especially men.
yeah, men.
Be okay with the word no and keep it moving. There's like
Yeah.
way too many women out. So please.
Oh, my goodness.
Go approach us all. Hit us
Yeah.
all up. And 2 out of 10 will answer kindly.
Yeah, gotcha. So Stephanie, how can everyone find you?
Everyone can find me on Instagram at Stephanie. That's STEF as in Fanny, ANIE. Kind of weird. Same on Twitter. I live on Instagram though. Yeah, my website, singlesandthecity.com. YouTube, behind the scenes with Stephanie. I go around to different restaurants and food trucks and local people that just need exposure, and I'm eating all their food and helping them make it.
cool.
Nice.
It's super fun. So yeah, YouTube as well.
Okay, so you can find
Perfect.
Stephanie everywhere, basically.
Yeah,
It
I'm
seems
all
like.
over.
All right. Okay, everyone, that's all we have for today. We hope you enjoyed the show. If you have any questions, comments, or show topics you'd like for us to discuss, you can drop us a note at hello@datepodcast.com or on @datepodcast on Instagram and Twitter. All right, everyone. Thanks and bye.
Bye.